This is the Garmin tyre pressure monitoring system for the Garmin Zumo 390, 590, 395 and 595 GPS systems. I will be installing this on my 2016 Honda Africa Twin with the Zumo 390. Two kits are required for a traditional motorcycle. Okay, what do you get inside the box? You've got a instruction booklet which is in multiple languages. You've got the product information booklet which is in different languages as well. The unit itself, which is quite lightweight, it's mostly plastic construction, but you've got the metal part there which goes over the valve stem. You've then got the battery, which is not in the unit when it's shipped, otherwise it'll go flat. And you've got a little sticker sheet here which is 1 to 4. Now these are 4 on top of here, so you don't mix up which tyre pressure monitor is on which tyre. So going on the Africa Twin I only need 2, so 1 and 2. I'll put the other sticker on the other unit I've got. They only ship individually, which is a bit weird. You can't buy packs of 2 or packs of 4, so it's a bit annoying there. They don't do a 2-pack or a 4-pack. The unit itself is in 2 pieces. It looks like 1 piece with the plastic, but it actually unscrews. So unscrew it counterclockwise and it opens up, and that's, you can see that little slot in there, that's where the battery goes. Now I'm not going to put the battery in just yet because you need to put the battery in when you install this on the bike so it pairs up to the Garmin GPS. As you can see, I put the stickers on the unit. So you know, number 1, number 2. Stickers are nothing special. I'm not sure how long they're going to last actually on an off-road bike with dirt, water, or even just washing it. So I think with these stickers, when they do eventually fall off, I'll end up engraving the number into the top, just a 1 on that one and 2 dashes on that one for 2. A bit simpler, and also won't stand out as much. If someone really wanted to, they'd see that and probably think it's expensive and then take them off, even though they're useless unless you've got the right GPS. So if I engraved them, they wouldn't stand out so much. Okay, now we're going to install the tyre pressure monitoring onto the Garmin. Needs to pair up first before you can put them on the bike. So this is on the Garmin Zumo 390. It could be different for the other models, but this is how it works on mine. First you turn the unit on, it powers up, go to apps, and then tyre pressure. It'll give you a warning, go yes. Now you need to pick what vehicle it's going on. So got a motorcycle, 2 wheels, select that one. Now it says press numbered button to set up related sensor. Okay, so I'm going to do number 1 first. So I'm going to push number 1. Now it's searching. Now I need to put the battery into the unit. Positive side up. Searching. Pairing successful. So it took a little bit of time there, but it's number 1 is done. So the battery's in. Now I'll do number 2 and I'll show you how it actually goes in. So we're going to set how many bar we want. So it runs about 35 psi, so we'll just go 2.2 for now. .8 done. That's reading 0 because it's not plugged in. There we go, number 2, searching. So here, got the unit itself and the battery. Just slides in positive side up. Oh, sorry, on the wrong side. Done. I'll just screw the end on. And you should find that pretty quickly. Done. So then we'll go next to the tyre pressure. I'll go again 2.2 bar. I'm going to actually change that to PSI later on. Set low pressure alert at 1.8 again. Done. And it's going to read that it's low pressure. And that's it. So now I'll put them on the bike. Okay, as you can see, it's reading in bar and I want to change it to PSI. In Australia we use metric, but for tyre pressure most people use PSI. It's just a bit more accurate than bar because 1 bar is 14.7 PSI, so bit hard to be precise with bar unless you go to really small decimal places. So let's go to change that from bar to PSI. We go to the 3 bars up here, pressure units, and we're going to change that to PSI and save. So as you can see, my front tyre's a bit flat, to be expected. I haven't pumped it up for a while. Yeah, I now know I need to pump that up. The system also, now it's set up properly, it'll time out after the bike stops moving for a bit to save the battery. And that also goes for when you first get on the bike and power it up. The tyre pressure monitoring isn't going to kick in until your bike's moved for a bit, and then it'll power up to the Garmin on its own. So you can't just turn the bike on and see what your tyre pressures are. You actually have to move it to wake the system up, so to speak. Okay, so now I've changed it to PSI. So I want to change what my set points are for tyre pressure, like the normal and the low warning. So I'm going to do a lot of off-road stuff and I want to have it lowered for a few days. So I can click on the tyre, then I can go to pressure setting. So I want my normal. I'm going to do some two-up riding, want a bit of weight on there. So I'm going to have 35 PSI in the rear. Done. Set the low pressure alert. 28 PSI. And then that's up to date. So now I can go, I'm going to have a look at the graph as well. It'll actually show me the tyre pressure over time. So that's pretty good. You can actually see when it started to go down, or if you got a leak, when the leak happened, sort of thing. So there you go, you can reset it all. Pretty cool feature on the Garmin 390. So yeah, that should give me a bit more idea on what the tyre pressures are doing. You should always check your tyre pressures anyway before you go riding, but this is good for out on the road. So this is a unit you can see on the tyre, a bit bigger than a normal valve cap, stands out a little bit, looks a bit like a novelty cap you'd see on a BMX bike or something I would have put on my bike, push bike, when I was a teenager. So screws on there nice and tight and just stays there. Now the Garmin says you can only put these on metal valve stems, so most bikes have the rubber ones. No good. They get a bit too much flex in it and it'll cause a leak once it tears, and that's not what you want on a bike, especially when that's due to happen at a high speed. So do not want your tyre deflating. So it can only go on metal valve stems. So this being a tube tyre on the Africa Twin, of course it's got steel valve stem held in place with a locking nut, so there's no movement in that at all, just the tyre moving. So yeah, all good. Just need to do a test ride.